Hello students, electromagnetic induction and alternating current continuation video. Here in this video let me see the expression for energy stored in inductor. Okay, we know in our earlier class we learned the inductor is a energy storage device that store magnetic potential energy in a magnetic field when current flowing through the inductor. Okay, we know here I consider a inductor. In this inductor I pass a current I. Okay, it produces magnetic field like this. Due to this magnetic field, if suppose I change the current, then flux inside the coil changes. Okay, then it produces the induced EMF. That induced EMF opposes the growth of the current. Okay, see, due to this current it produces magnetic field. If suppose I change the current, then the flux also changes. Due to the change in flux, it produces EMF. According to Lenz's law, the produced EMF, that means the effect opposes the cause. This is the cause. Okay. So, this inductance opposes the growth of the current. Okay. Inductance is a property of the coil that opposes the growth of the current. In order to establish the current in the circuit, we have to do some work against this opposition. Okay, by some external agencies. Okay, so we are doing some work. That work done is stored as a magnetic potential energy. Okay, this work done is stored as a magnetic potential energy. Okay, here we consider a inductor, but inductor is made up of a metal. Okay, so far it having some resistance also. Here I am neglecting the electrical resistance. Here I consider only a inductor effect alone. Okay, so the EMF induced due to this current can be written as induced EMF. That is psi is equal to, we can write it as minus L di by dt. Okay, here I am moving the charge, small amount of charge. Okay, I am moving the charge dq in time dt. Okay, by a work dw. Okay, we know work done w is equal to potential into charge. Here this potential is nothing but the EMF. So we can write dw, small work done, is equal to v psi dq. Here we are doing work done against this opposition, so we put minus sign here. Okay, dw is equal to minus sign dq. This and this expressions are same. Okay, then we know psi is equal to minus L di by dt. Substitute in this expression, then small work done to move the charge dq in the time interval dt, that is equal to minus of L di by dt, then this one dq. Okay, we know the current I can be written as I is equal to dq by dt, then dq can be written as I dt. Okay, modify this, then dw is equal to minus to minus plus, then L di by dt, then dq became I dt, then dt going to cancel, then we get small work done dw is equal to L I di. This is a work done needed to move the charge dq in a time dt. Okay, we need the total work done to establish the current I in the solenoid. So integrating this small work done. Okay, total work done, that is w is equal to integrating this small work done over the limit 0 to maximum current is I. Okay, then substitute the value 0 to I, then L I di. Okay, then w is equal to L is the inductance, that is a constant taking out of the interval, then integrating I with respect to di, we get L I square by 2. Applying the limit 0 to I, then we get the total work done w is equal to L I square by 2. Okay, I told already this work done is stored as a magnetic potential energy. Okay, so we can consider this Vorden is nothing but a magnetic potential. It is represented as UB is equal to 1 by 2 L I square. Okay. Here it is a energy stored in the inductor. Okay. Let me see what is the energy stored per unit volume. That means energy density. Energy density is the energy stored per unit volume. Okay, then energy density is represented as small ub. This is capital UB. Okay, volume. Okay, we can substitute the values. UB is equal to, capital UB is equal to 1 by 2 L I square by volume. What is the formula for volume? Area into length. Area of the solenoid is A and length of solenoid is L. Okay, we know very well L is the inductance. We know L is equal to mu naught N square AL. Okay, substitute in this expression. Then UB is equal to 1 by 2 mu naught N square AL I square by A into L. Here A into L going to cancel. Then we get UB is equal to 1 by 2 mu naught N square I square. Okay, this expression I get. Here I am modifying this equation as we know very well the magnetic field inside the solenoid, that is B is equal to mu naught Ni. This is the magnetic field produced inside the solenoid. Okay, I will write the energy density in terms of magnetic field. So I am multiplying and dividing this expression by mu naught. Okay, then we get UB is equal to 1 by 2 mu naught Ni whole square by mu naught. Okay, then we know this is a magnetic field. Then UB is equal to 1 by 2 B square by mu naught. It is a energy density or energy stored per unit volume. Okay. Okay students, in today's class we learnt about the self induction and then self inductance of the long solenoid. We found the expression. The next energy stored in a inductor. Okay, our today's assignment will be this one, very short answer questions. What for an inductor is used? Give some example. It is in page number 211 right side. Okay, then what do you mean by self induction? This is at the bottom of this page. Okay, the next define self inductance of the coil in terms of magnetic flux and in terms of induced EMF. Okay, it is a easy one. Li is equal to n phi b and this one is psi is equal to minus L di by dt. Using this expression we can define this. Okay, then how will you define the unit of inductance? That also easy. Using that expression we can put for first one n phi b is equal to 1 Weber and I is equal to 1 ampere. We get 1 Henry. Easily we can define 1 Henry. That is the unit of inductance. Then obtain the expression for self inductance of a long solenoid. That is in page number 213 left side. Okay, this is 213. The next expression for energy stored in a inductor. Okay, that is in page number 214. We last discussed. Okay, in tomorrow's class let me see what is mutual induction, then mutual inductions between the two long coaxial solenoid. Okay, thank you student. Complete the assignment on time. Thank you.